A new report suggests that CM Punk reportedly has had contact with WWE roster members recently, including top stars. Are they top stars that CM Punk has to make peace with prior to a WWE return? We'll let you know about that. Plus, is there a non-compete clause with CM Punk after he left AEW and was fired from the company earlier this year? We'll let you know if indeed there is or isn't one, because now it's been confirmed. Plus, several other details ahead of a big night of pro wrestling at Survivor Series. The question is CM Punk going to be there? Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling, and several people are still wondering, asking, debating, guessing, discussing, is CM Punk going to be at Survivor Series this evening in Chicago, Illinois at the Allstate Arena? All of the reporting this week has suggested that CM Punk is not going to be at Survivor Series. He is not scheduled for this evening's show. He is not in talks with WWE, but some have said, well, it could just be a very well kept and closely guarded secret. Well, we've got some more details when it comes to CM Punk, and it does come actually from a really interesting source. It comes from Wrestle Purists, who actually have quite a lot of solid information when it comes to CM Punk, particularly Ibo of Wrestle Purists, who's actually spoken a lot about this recently and given some very accurate information, particularly when it came to news that CM Punk was scheduled to have talks with WWE board members, a story that was very quickly debunked. Now, WWE Survivor Series is in Chicago this evening, and CM Punk, the former AEW and WWE World Heavyweight Champion, is currently a free agent. Naturally, there is a lot of speculation and questions as to whether or not he will be at this year's event. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because according to sources close to the situation on CM Punk's side, CM Punk indeed had talks with WWE, but what higher-ups he had talks with isn't known. However, as Sean Ross Sapp mentioned in his CM Punk FAQ yesterday, the rumor of Punk being, quote, scheduled for a call with a few board members is completely untrue and was denied not only by WWE, but also by CM Punk's side. Also, as Sean Ross Sapp noted, and this is really the important part and why this story is largely probably a fabrication, particularly the board members part, is because WWE anymore doesn't have a board of directors. It's a TKO board of directors. Now, Wrestle Purists are reporting they were told that WWE knows they have the option to bring in CM Punk and have kept the door open on a possible return. However, as of yesterday evening, that being Friday night, nothing had been locked in for Survivor Series at all. Now, CM Punk, this is where it gets interesting. CM Punk has also had contact with multiple WWE roster members recently, including top stars. Why is that significant? Well, it had been reported previously that there were some in WWE on the roster, high-named, high-profile people that were maybe against a possible CM Punk return. However, if things could be smoothed out, possibly between Punk and those people, it would make a WWE return more likely. Now, it must be stressed, who he's had talks with on the WWE roster, that's currently unknown as well. Additionally, according to sources close to the situation on CM Punk's side, Wrestle Purists were able to confirm that CM Punk does not and has never had a no-compete clause since he was let go by AEW. Therefore, he is free to appear wherever he wants to if indeed he is booked. So there is nothing contractually preventing him from showing up at Survivor Series tonight or anywhere, frankly, whether it's TNA, WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling, NWA, whatever pro wrestling you can think of, CM Punk could appear there and it wouldn't be any problems. But certainly the big news coming out of this report is, again, he is not scheduled as of yesterday for Survivor Series, not that anyone knows, but he has had contact with multiple WWE roster members recently, including top stars, and I guess really this comes from CM Punk's side of things. CM Punk has indeed had talks with WWE, but what higher ups he had talks with and the nature of those talks is still not known, which again is big information. Now, it was reported yesterday by Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that WWE would be willing to sign CM Punk if the fans did demand it. As I mentioned, the 45-year-old has been a free agent since his firing was caused by All Elite Wrestling in September. Punk reportedly reached out to WWE over a return, but was rejected by the likes of Triple H, Vince McMahon, and Nick Khan as well, which led to several people thinking that a deal just basically wasn't going to happen. and CM Punk returning to WWE was basically very, very, very unlikely. Well, maybe that's not necessarily the case. WWE's door for a CM Punk return might not be closed to ever, though. Dave Meltzer reported in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter that while there was still some negativity about CM Punk within the organization, WWE are not completely opposed to bringing him back if the fans want him to return and express as much. This is what Meltzer actually said, quote, "While every creative has had their plan, this creative side is not looking at being combative with the audience like Vince McMahon often was. The last thing WWE wants at Survivor Series, though, is CM Punk chants, especially since there are reportedly no plans for him to return there." Now, that's not to say there aren't big returns tonight at Survivor Series, because of course there are. Randy Orton, the Apex Predator, the Viper, is competing for the first time in 18 months in War Games tonight at Survivor Series. Now, some wondered, why wasn't Randy Orton's return kept a surprise until the day of Survivor Series live at the PLE, where they could reveal a mystery partner? The reason that WWE reportedly actually revealed Randy Orton to be returning this past Monday night on Raw was to avoid any speculation that CM Punk could be a mystery partner for Cody Rhodes' team at Survivor Series, because there would have been a possible hijacking of the show by the fans in Chicago. Now, that's not to say that there weren't CM Punk chants at SmackDown last night, because there were. In fact, Seth Rollins actually reacted to the CM Punk chants after the show. We did a video on that earlier today, so be sure to check that out. Now, the biggest question I'm really going into Survivor Series this evening is just frankly, is CM Punk going to be there? And this is really what Sean Ross Sapp had said last night in his frequently asked questions surrounding all of the chatter surrounding the former AEW World Champion. He said, quote, "We've not reported one way or another he will or won't. He's not featured on any graphics, rundowns, plans that we've heard of as of yet. We've heard nothing as of today to indicate that he is, and so far, only solid information would indicate he isn't. Plans change is an oft made fun of thing, but that's the nature of scripted pro wrestling. It can be scripted to change and often does." Now, he pointed out actually some quite important examples of this, particularly when it comes to WWE as well as other companies as well. He said Karrion Kross wasn't signed at the start of the week when he returned last year. Will Ospreay just last weekend actually signed his AEW contract after arriving at the venue last week. In fact, CM Punk even pointed out that when he actually made his debut at the first dance in Chicago back in 2021, he hadn't actually signed his contract yet until he arrived at the venue. Dakota Kai, when she returned at SummerSlam last year for WWE under Paul Triple H Levesque, was actually contacted for a return the day before the event. Now, WWE's claim is that CM Punk won't be there this evening. Punk's claim to friends is that he won't be either, but that doesn't permanently close the door. Now, again, it is possible. It's all the reports are suggesting that it's not going to happen, but indeed it is possible. And you know, as Sean Ross Sapp says, if it were happening, they absolutely would not reach out to me to say it was happening. If Sean Ross Sapp found out on his own, the particular people that contacted him also almost certainly wouldn't confirm it either. He says that he's been approached by higher-ups to confirm that people wouldn't be at shows in two instances. One was Bray Wyatt in the spring when he was ill, and another was confirming the report that Randy Orton wouldn't be at SummerSlam after there were incorrect reports of both showing up soon. So sometimes people have reached out to him to say that stuff isn't happening, but they haven't necessarily heard that this time around. So with that being said, with this new bit of information that CM Punk has had contact with some of the main roster members, or certainly WWE roster members, including top stars, he doesn't have an AEW non-compete. Does that make you feel any more or less likely and more or less confident that CM Punk is going to be showing up tonight at Survivor Series in Chicago? Or do you think that people tuning in this evening to see if CM Punk is going to be there are going to leave disappointed? What are your thoughts about all of this? What does your gut tell you right now? I'll give you my prediction. My prediction at the moment is that I don't think CM Punk is going to be there, but either way, we're going to be watching Survivor Series live this evening. We're going to be having a watch-along and a post-show here on the channel, so if you haven't already, be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right-hand corner. Click that notification bell, and you'll be notified when we go live this evening, and together, we can see if CM Punk is going to come back to WWE. We do know he's in Chicago, but that's because he lives in Chicago. Whether or not he'll be at the Allstate Arena, whether or not he'll be on a WWE broadcast for the first time in nearly a decade, for the first time since January 2014 when he walked out of WWE. We'll have to wait and see, but the clock's ticking down. We don't have to wait long to find out. There you go, guys. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right-hand corner, and I'll speak for you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.